Hello, it's been such a while since I've been here. My name is Kerry Mussington, and I did found the Mind Over Matter project, also known as the MOM project, so people could have a voice and express and explain and educate. For me, it's all about education and awareness and prevention of depression. Hey, can you prevent depression? Can you prevent depression? Of course you can. If you're prepared to put in the effort for that change, okay? You don't know who you meet along your journey and what that message is for the day. So this guy started to speak and he had this accent, and I said, "Are you from Germany?" And he said, "No, Swedish." No, Switzerland. And I'm confused now because, of course, I don't really know the structure of the map very well because excluded from geography when it was a history of geography when I was younger. So Swedish, is that Switzerland or is that Swedish? Is they two different continents? I don't know. I didn't even pose to ask the question. Worried about offending. But he said he was from Germany, and I thought, that's a long way to come and be here. He said his wife was looking after a sister that's passing, she's about 96 years old. And I thought, wow, this man is nearly 100 years old and this woman's nearly 100 years old, and they've travelled. And it got me looking at the boats, you see. And I thought, why is it? And he says, "Do you like it where you are?" I said, "Well, I've only been here 4 years, and in 4 years I have not met anyone to the point where I can say, 'Hey, you're right, do you want a cup of tea?'" It's been a very isolated situation when you move out of your comfort zone and you move to a different destination, not by choice, it wasn't by choice. So when you are into a different destination, you don't know anybody. This is where the isolation creeps in. So you can walk and do all your sceneries, but are you making any friends? And that's the thing. People are just pass on bys. But the message for me was, I looked at those ships and I thought to myself, why do we anchor ourselves down in one place? And when I said to the man, I said, it's been 4 years. Nobody comes to visit me. And I thought about that. And I thought why I wanted to move back to where my comfort zone was. Why do I want to move back? You know what's there? Absolutely nothing. When you go visit, you don't visit anyone anyway. So the same story, the same rhetoric in this destination or in that destination. I decided to cut certain behaviours and people away out of my life. And therefore now I have to live what life is like on my own without influences. Doesn't mean I don't want to make friends, doesn't mean I don't want to be invited out and meet new people, because I do. But, again, ethnicity plays a part of this, whether or not you're approachable, where you live, whether or not it's heritage or mixed heritage or whatever else. People are not accustomed to different. And again, it plays a big part of where you are, where you're comfortable in life, how in this sinking feeling of isolation, it's scary because you want to get out of your comfort zone. You do and you don't, because you're worried about what's the other side. And that's why I realised that after 4 years, when I look around, I thought, well, 4 years and no one's come to visit me, then it's not me, and is it? It's the other people that don't want to come out of their comfort zone to visit. So if you can keep travelling backwards in life, back to the place where your comfort was, then you're comfortable. But if anybody else from out of your arena that you once knew won't travel to you, it's not fair, because it's a one-way journey and it isn't fair. So I've had to confront a few people that I dearly love and say, you know what, it's been this amount of time and you are not visiting. Also, at the end of the day, do you know how it feels when you won't come out of your comfort zone and you expect me to come out of mine? So I'm explaining, when it comes to friendships and family, that it is important that just because somebody moves, it doesn't mean you can't get on a bus or a train to go and visit those people that have moved to a different destination. Maybe you don't want to come out of your comfort zone. You know, so the comfort zone is, and that's the thing, the fear for me is, do I go back to what I've always known because that's what I know, or do I take that leap of faith, trust the universe and say, you know what, mark me on the map wherever I go. But I tell you what holds me back, what keeps me back, what keeps me from not exploring the world was my grandchildren, you know, and my children. But then when I think about it, there are parents out there and grandparents out there that live the other side of the world and still have such a relationship with their children and their grandchildren, no matter what, but they're living their life. I think when you get to a certain point, when your children are up and they've left, yeah, then you've done your part. And people say, no, your job was never done. When do you get to breathe again? Because since I was 17 years old, and many of you might know this, there's been a responsibility. And now the responsibilities are gone. Of course, when there's offspring, there'll always be another responsibility, but they're not mine. It's now somebody else's journey to do that, you know what I mean? For me, it's guilt, moving on, moving out, somewhere different. If I could fly the other side of the world, I probably would. Means taking risks, and it means, do you want to come out of your comfort zone? What are you scared of? And half of us are scared of not meeting new people, not fitting in. The other thing is, what will your neighbours be like? These are the questions when it comes to relocating or moving on, moving to a destination. Because if you come from the same town and you've been in that town the majority of your life, whether it's 30, 40, 50, 60 years, have you actually travelled the world? Have you actually explored other little towns, even the one next to it, you know? Or the one next, jump on a train for a few pounds and then go and see go to a next town. But again, you're nervous. Some of you need carers. Some of you need a companionship to go and explore a different destination because you're worried, there we go, that's what happens, isn't it? So some people need a companionship. Maybe you'll buddy up and say, you know what, let's book here and we can meet here for a coffee or something like that with people that you know. I don't suppose you meet strangers because you really need to be very careful, all right? So I think coming out of your comfort zone, are you too comfortable where you are? Are you not willing to take those risks for the sake of your happiness and explore something completely different to what you're accustomed to? Same people, you know, when you stay in the same town, you literally do stay in the same town. That means pretty much, you know, you meet the same people, you're seeing the same people all the time, so therefore you're not coming out of your comfort zone. It means the music's going to be the same, the venue's going to be the same, the people are going to be the same. So sometimes coming out of your comfort zone to meet new people, different background, different ethnicities, different culture, different beliefs, and explore what it's like. And I think, I always said to somebody, it takes planning to get prepared for change, you know, and not making excuses to put it off today. I mean, yeah, don't put it off. You know, a lot of people say, oh no, not today, maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow is not there. And I always remember this, what's there but never comes, and that's tomorrow. I see so many people cry, so many women cry, and they all tell a story of pain and hurt, who did what, who they lost trust for, who did, you know, etc. And for me, I think it's, when you're knocked down, you just want to keep getting up, and when you get up, you've got to stay up, and sometimes that's going to take someone to be kind to you. They are there. Just remember to say hi back to those people that have been supporting you as well. So hi to everybody, and that's always supported me as well. So I thank you so much.